Where the hell is he?
This is the end for you.
So, you told Reinhold who you suspect is dealing chems?
Yes.
And you didn't tell him it was Siegfried? I will tell all my trading friends to cease trading with you. Sorry about that, but a man has to keep his reputation.
How do I persuade the merchants here to start trading with me again?
That all depends what you're prepared to do for it. I mean, your first step could be to report me to Reinhold, but I suspect you wouldn't get very far with that. I could ask you to help me with something, but you don't seem to keep such arrangements. So, well, what else can we think of?
How about this?
Ah, I see we're starting to speak the same language. Yes, this will do nicely. Consider us square.
Eli is dead.
Then the Horde is safer. We owe you a debt of gratitude. Here, take this. If a suggester starts trying to get out of you that you had a part in this, you need to reassure him. That might not be enough, but I can't do any more for you. Watch yourself around here.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of our prisoner? His soul was tortured, but it could have been saved. The Horde demands more soldiers. We must show mercy, for Kalan needs every soul who will serve if we are to hold back these Albs. Although, when I look at you, I see your meager means are punishment enough. And another death won't help us. This matter is closed.
What goods have you got?
Of course.
What?
Of course.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Nothing. Just forget what I said. I believe in the just nature of Kalan.
Not now.
And Balder sees.
Move along then.
What is it you want? It's prayer time, so make it quick.
What is this place?
Here, we bring peace and honor to those who refuse Kalan. For only an honorable death can bring salvation. Only an honorable death can purify a tainted soul. And so, I bring honor to the souls who break Kalan's commandments. Lead me to my prayer.
Not now.
Keep it short.
I
I'm
have some healing
tired.
potions here.
Thank you. I wasn't sure if you'd understand what we're doing here, if you'd help, and yet you share what you have. Here, for your trouble.
is that even possible?
Nobody fucking cares.
Teach me some.
Of
You must have something to offer apart from shards.
what makes you say that?
This town isn't bankrupt. You have a lot of things you can pay with apart from Alexit.
Actually, we're short of everything. Blame the comet and decades of war. But you have a point. Here, take this. Hey! Hey! Stop that thing!
Teach.
Of course.
You. This.
Here. Stop messing around with that technology, will you?
I want to. Right. Teach.
You'd better get rid of that technology.
Stop messing around with that technology, will you?
Get the hell out of here!
Get going.
Just go.
Why are you trying to sneak around?
What are you doing here? Yes, just go. What are you doing here? Yes, just go.
He wouldn't have been punished for that in the past, but his mistake, and now he's in real trouble.
Now?
About these rarities.
Yes?
I have Eric Eisenfaust's sword.
Oh, piece of history, that. You're touching the past there. Listen closely and you can hear it. Sell me, Alric. Charge big, Alric. I'd better move it soon. Ragnar's going to go crazy when he realizes it's gone. Oh well, pleasure doing business with you.
And the reward?
Is yours, of course. Thank you for returning my family heirloom.
I want to make a trade.
Everyone seems to have an answer to this war, but I haven't noticed it any.
That technology will get you into trouble here.
Yeah, that's obvious. That's it. I'm going. So, I have to go.
Have a good day. Have a good day.
What are the duties of a cleric acolyte?
As an acolyte, you are to work for the community and prove your faith to Kalan. Those who prove worth will find themselves promoted to legate. To do that, you must prove loyal and able.
Where should I begin my initiation?
Every cleric must learn the skill of suggestion. You should report to Boulder. Kalan's blessing has made him our most able suggester. You must also undertake a pilgrimage to prove your faith to Kalan. Again, Boulder can take you through what is required of you, and Martha will give you a task that will show your humble dedication to all who serve Kalan. I will offer Kalan words, so he will support you in your quest to become a true acolyte. Prove yourself, acolyte.
Yes, Kalan sees all.
It seems you decided to become a cleric. Well, it is good to see new believers in our ranks. I assume Judicator Reinhold sent you to me?
Yes.
Then he must have told you that every acolyte is required to learn the basics of suggestion. And I will teach you, once you are ready to learn. But first you must complete your pilgrimage. That is something required of all new initiates.
What must I do for this pilgrimage?
It is a trial of dedication. You must visit each of the 4 shrines along the path that traverses Ignadon. And at each one, you will face a test from Kalan. Once you have completed these tests, return here. Then, I and Kalan will find you worthy of the next step in your enlightenment.
Can you train me?
I can try. What would you like to learn?
Where can I find the shrines I must visit?
The shrines are found along the wayside of the old roads and paths. The first shrine is found directly outside the entrance to Hort. From there, you have to head northwest. You will find the second shrine on the right side of the road. And from there, head south to the third shrine. When you have reached the third of the shrines, you are almost done. You only have to head east in order to complete the circle of your pilgrimage. Good luck.
They're only saying that to keep control of you.
Yes? You should get out of here.
Tell me your problem.
Have you ever heard of the Prophet Arvid?
No. Should I have?
Oh, yeah. He is the founder of our order. The reason why the clerics exist.
Tell me about Arvid.
Well, sure, okay. Like I said, he's the founder of our order. He was born about 200 years ago, we think, and he was the first to be enlightened by Kalan. After the comet hit, it was his burden and his privilege to lead people into a new future, to save those who had survived. The first followers were here, in the Horde. They had saved technology from destruction, and Kalan showed them how that technology could be used to help all the people of Magalan. They reached out to others, but not everyone listened. You can see what became of the rest when you look to Tavar.
What did Arvid do?
He wrote the rules that have bound us here in the Horde. And our ancestors began research on how Elex could be used for the good of all. With it, even though our community was small, we were able to defend ourselves from the malice of the godless.
All seems a bit vague.
Yes, I know. I mean, some details have been lost in time. Some believe Arvid still remains among us, although that is nonsense. Some uneducated people wanted to proclaim him a god, even during his lifetime, but he always spurned this idea. It is likely that he saw his time coming. According to the lore, grief about the unreasonableness of people tore him apart from the inside. And when he could take the pain no longer, it is said that he left the people with the words of Kalan and went into the Great Light. Scholars are still arguing to this day about what the Great Light is exactly. Some say that he rose to heaven, to Kalan. Others claim that he set forth to find the reason for the crater. But that's exactly my point. I want to know more, but only certain scholars are allowed to see the text. But there's something about Arvid, something about those early works that doesn't make sense. And I can't work out why. But will they let me in the archives to study his writings? No. I sneaked in, they threw me out. I was lucky to avoid re-education. Concentrate on what's right here, right now, they told me. It is only possible to change the future if you draw the correct conclusions from the past, they said.
So you need access to the archives?
No. Well, yeah, that would be great, but for now, I just need a book. All that I want is a copy of Arvid's teachings. There has to be a written copy, or a recorded copy somewhere. It's just not available to us out here. And that bugs me. So, do you think you can get into the archives and get it for me?
Who says I'll help you?
Nobody. But please, I need your help. I beg you. I want to understand why they won't teach us these things. I would like to give you the following, in any case, before you are on your way. I am certain that I can get something from the recordings that will be of use to all of us. Then, maybe, I'll finally understand what our purpose is.
Why is this book so secret?
Because we are to serve Kalan in combat and not to interpret his words. They say we are missing the necessary vision to understand his divine message. But I would like to learn that for myself instead of having it spoon-fed to me. Maybe it's nothing, but I can't let it go.
What can you tell me about the archives?
It's a store of knowledge from before the comet hit, and it is where all information found in the rest of the world is brought. Our archivists are attempting to glean all sorts of information from the scraps of data we were able to retrieve from outside the Horde. The work is very time-intensive, so the archivists don't like it at all when people interrupt their work. So, they will have you thrown out if you manage to get into the archives without authorization.
I will get you the book from the archives.
Thank you. This is one mystery I can't wait to solve.
Any suggestions for how I get into the archives?
I've been thinking about that, and there are 3 ways. You could watch to see when Carl, the guard on the archives, leaves his post. That might take a few hours, and I personally have never seen him leave his post. But hey, He has to move at some point, doesn't he? Or you could access the security console and put your name on the access list. But the simplest and most obvious solution is for you to join the clerics. Since you took care of that last bit of trouble so easily, you shouldn't have any trouble with the guard. So try your luck there. You haven't made yourself unpopular with the archivist yet, after all.
I need your approval for promotion.
Oh, you don't need me. You need to do something that proves you are humble before Kalan. Humility counts for a lot here. So, you can help me distribute the rations according to our tradition.
I'll distribute the rations.
Great. You'll have to come back later once they're prepared. Meet me back here later. Your task of humility will await you.
I'm here to distribute the rations.
I still need time. You'll have to come back later.
Someone needs to go out there and kill every last raptor.
Well, of course. Why would they lie to us?
Are you really that naive?
Teach me something.
Is she really so gullible?
definitely need a few more shards.
It can't continue like this, right?
Don't do that again!
You aren't the first to tell me that.
Prove yourself.
Halt. State your business. Only officially authorized personnel may enter. The archives are sacred stores of knowledge. Our faith preserves us, and we preserve the wisdom of our ancestors.
What wisdom?
The scriptures, the writings, the texts, the foundation of our faith, and old world manuals that support our technology. Here the worthy study. Here the worthy learn. And unless you're worthy, you aren't coming in.
Forget it. I was about to go anyway.
Then don't let me keep you. Kalan bless your path.
We must find an experienced commander if Magalan is to be freed. They will need to be skilled and ruthless to succeed.
Halt. Stay. I advise you to step carefully. Alt, state your business.
How many... Forget...
What are you doing? I advise you to step carefully.
Why are you in here?
Don't try. Hey, you aren't permitted here. You need to leave immediately. You need to leave.
Elex. They'll do anything for it.
I have what you wanted.
Unbelievable. Now, I can finally read Arvid's original text. You really did me a big favor.
If that is the case, then pay me.
I can't value what you did for me in shards. This work is priceless.
Just try it.
Well, I don't have much. If you did this for money, I hope you're satisfied with that. Oh, yeah. If I find anything interesting in these writings, I will let you know. That's the least I can do for you.
Give me the Elex, it's your...
Fucking Reavers. They came out of nowhere. Keep your eyes open. There are more of them. I've already given you everything.
Piss off. Don't bullshit me. Give me what you're hiding.
I'm not hiding anything.
Put that weapon away. But if you want to fight...
You fucking bastard.
Fuck this.
You can get that psionic shit out. Just you wait. Don't bullshit me. Give me what you're hiding. But if you want to fight, I'll get you!
Thank you. Thank you. I'd been dead without you. Kalan be thanked for bringing you to me. May Kalan protect you, stranger.
danger east of Magal and find safe places to stop. After all of Kalan's creatures are helpful and friendly and service.
Those animals are just getting more and more dangerous.
I have returned from my pilgrimage.
You have completed the 4 tests? And shown devotion at each of the shrines?
I have.
Then Kalan accepts you. Now, you must learn the art of suggestion if you are to advance.
The people up there will take care of it.
Elex. They'll do anything for it.
Damn it.
Those converters, the lives they destroyed, and for what?
Just watch out for those damned albs. There's still some of them out there.
She took that secret to the grave.
I'm here to distribute the rations.
I still need time. You'll have to come back.
Judicator Ulbricht is looking for an experienced field commander to lead his troops against the Alps in Ignadon.
We don't have enough good people ourselves, without supplying them to fight for the clerics. Ulbricht will have to risk his own people.
About my support. How am I doing?
Drogue put in a good word for you. But you impressed the wrong man. Others have paid for taking his word before now. You will need more than his word to gain promotion. You have passed Angram's test. That stands you in good stead. You helped protect the seedlings from mutants. Bourne was grateful for the help you gave him with the harvest. He has spoken up for you. Yara says you didn't acquire the converter parts he needed. That was a missed opportunity. Ornir told me that you failed to help him deal with an outlaw he was worried about. My wife seems to hold you in great favor. You helped Eardor, something we neglected to do. And don't think the fact that Eisenfaust's sword disappeared at the point you arrived has gone unnoticed. I can't prove anything, but suspicions don't always have to be proven. It seems you weren't able to find the stolen Elex for Caldrum. You must do more if you want to fit in here. Earn those pledges, and you will earn my approval.
Stop using that here. This is no place for technology.
Analyzing. Useful object.
Thanks. I can find a use for that.
Command.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yes. Command.
That isn't enough.
How many people have we lost? And you still think that?
Goods are the whole heart of trade. What's the world without trade?
I'm here to distribute the rations.
Of course. Here, take this stew to Baldur, Xander, Anna, and Reinhold. I'll take care of the others. So, off you go. And be humble.
So, you don't want me to take rations to everyone?
You help me, I'll help you. Just cover those 4 people, okay?
How do we move on from here?
No, right? Everything was better earlier, but still, have to keep going, don't you?
Goods are the whole heart of trade. What's the world without trade?
Here, your daily rations.
So, you have become an acolyte. I'm glad to have you amongst our ranks. You are honored. We are honored. Honor abounds. Now, as an acolyte, I'm sure you'll honor the deal I have with the others. They understand how hard guard duty is, and they leave me a double portion of rations. I pay, of course, and there's no reason at all to tell Martha of this arrangement.
Here, take what you want.
I knew you would make an excellent acolyte.
It's good I ran into you. I burned the midnight oil all night with Arvid's teachings after you got them to me, and it paid off.
What are you talking about?
Don't you remember? The book that you got me from the archives? I told you that I will come find you if I discover anything interesting. The book is hard to figure out, but something doesn't feel right about it. What's more, someone else must have felt the same way, and they left a few notes in the margins. Whoever it was, they were trying to solve a riddle. I think we should follow the information the notes in the margins give us. I was able to decipher the notes and find these coordinates. I am certain if you follow this, you will find more clues as to the true meaning of Arvid's teachings. Find this place and look around for any written documents. Come back to me if you find something.
And Martha really does put a good meal together. And it is good to see you're taking your acolyte duties so seriously. Duty nurtures the soul. I hope you're taking the teachings of our community to heart.
Yes, I'm learning the teachings of Kalan.
Then you won't mind if I test your knowledge, acolyte. Let's begin. What is the name of the god we worship?
Kalan.
Kalan, may he grace us with his wisdom. Now, to the second question. What is the name of the judicator who deals with the war against the Alps?
Reinhold.
It's always the same with you newcomers. Just because Judicator Reinhold is in charge of the Hort doesn't put him in charge of everything. Judicator Ulbricht is in charge of strategy here. I have one last question. What is the name of our prophet?
Sigmund?
No. you will have to study harder. So, Acolyte, those who make just one mistake are on a road that leads to failure. Listen to Kalan. Hear his wisdom, and his path will lead you to glory.
The people up there will take care of it.
I must speak with you. You accused Oswald of dealing chems, and further investigation has proven that you were correct. He is the guilty party. I thank you for your work, and for helping us rid the Hort of this chem dealing. Here is the reward that was promised.
Are you hungry? I'm distributing this stew for Martha.
Hunger can be tamed with focus, and a full stomach only dulls the mind.
Then I'll take yours to someone else.
Wait. You do take things literally, don't you? One thing Kalan teaches is the need for a sense of humor. Any deity that can look at this world and see it as a place for the saved must surely have a sense of humor.
Do you have some food for me?
Here, this.
The stew has been distributed.
Oh, you got that done in good time. I hope you managed to be humble, too. Were there any problems during your rounds?
No.
Really? None? Because I've had a few complaints. People have been saying you didn't give everyone their fair share. That's not how things need to work here. So, I can put in a word for you, seeing as you completed the task in a way. But you'll need to talk to Reinhold about this. He'll decide what to do with you.
This is gonna cost us both.
something hanging there.
May Kalan bless you. Now tell me, are you a son of Tavar? Did you swear allegiance to the Duke and his outlaws?
I'm a cleric like you.
Then Kalan bring you peace. You're free to rest and relax here.
What is your job here?
Weren't you sent here from the Hort?
No.
No? Well, Kalan works in mysterious ways. He brought you here, brother. We need a lot of raw materials to feed our smelting furnaces in Ignadan. Material that is essential for our fighting machines. And we can get those resources right here.
Why here of all places? It's a long way from Ignadan.
Here, we achieve two things at once. We acquire the resources we need, and we also deny them to the enemy. The Duke relies on profits to keep power. We cut off his profits, and there's a chance his men will overthrow him.
You should be more worried about the outlaws attacking you.
We have persuaded those who found us to keep our presence a secret. These weak-minded outlaws cannot stand against Kalan's will. They'll take any order I suggest to them. You have to keep your orders simple, but if you do, even an outlaw can understand what they must do.
How long will they obey you for?
As long as I want it. In their eyes, I am their new god.
Wait, you used suggestion on the outlaws? Did they resist it?
My rate of success was high, but suggestion isn't without problems.
What problems?
One outlaw resisted. He wasn't as dumb as he looked. I thought I got through to him, but I was wrong. He ran when he got the chance.
And you let him get away?
That wasn't the plan. He escaped in the night, so it was too dangerous to go after him. Out in that darkness, we could have blundered into 100 outlaws trying to get that one back. I sent a patrol out to bring him back as soon as it was light. If he'd told the other outlaws, they would be here already. And despite his resistance, our ex-prisoner is a coward. He's hiding out there somewhere. I want him, and I want my property back.
You want him alive?
I am not a murderer, and I admit I have developed something of a grudging respect for him. Just make sure I get my weapon back, and I guarantee him his life.
I can help you get your weapon back.
Thank you. It is a scar on my honor to leave it in the hands of an outlaw. Bring it back to me.
You're not worried about the Duke finding out where you are?
We've been careful, but I suppose I could use your help to learn if the Duke and his men know of our presence.
Why should I help you?
Because I expect it of you. Kalan expects it. We clerics took a solemn oath to work together. All you'll need to do is talk to a few people. The outlaws don't keep secrets. Kalan will see that you are well rewarded.
You think someone in the fort is interested in these ruins?
The only person who might be calls himself the Scrap Baron. He trades salvaged scrap. The outlaws call him Mad Bob. I want you to go and find out if he knows anything. If he does, we will have to consider our next move. Take these shards as a down payment for your services.
All scrap must go to Ignadon.
This doesn't work.
Keep your eyes open. There's always more damn jackals. I think they know I want every last one of the things dead.
Why are there so many jackals in this area?
Now, you're asking me why I became a hunter. You could say I followed in my old dad's footsteps. Only that dipshit bred jackals. Thought he could tame them, train them. Now I'm trying to undo the damage he did. I spend every spare minute tracking them down. When I'm not trying to get enough meat to live, to sell, and that takes most of my time.
Do you want help hunting these jackals?
Nah. This is something I need to do myself. For my family. And I need to earn a living.
Can we trade?
Sure. Tell me what you need and I'll see if I have it. And as long as I've not already promised it to Scrappy, it's yours.
What do you have to...
What do you...
Who is Scrappy?
I've known Scrappy for years. He's the only man my old dad would listen to. He's been fading fast, though. Trying to survive on that trash heap below the fort. I've been trying to keep him alive. He wouldn't take charity, so I've been swapping old chems for meat. I mean, no one else would take them.
So, you work for the Duke?
People don't work for the Duke. That's the whole point of being outlaws. Not that anyone there is really free. You know where to find the teeth on a jackal? In the fort. You think you know where the knife is, but the next minute you feel it sticking in your back. You're best out here with the jackals rather than in there with the real animals.
I could take the meat to Scrappy for you.
And why exactly would you do that?
Because you'll pay me.
You are direct. I'll give you that. Okay. I'll give you the delivery for Scrappy. Here. Scrappy knows what to pay. I'll see you when you've made the delivery. Come and find me back here.
Sure.
Oh, we got a nice catch here. Nice, nice. Fresh meat in it. Got a fair amount on you. Boy, you're gonna cook up nicely.
Cook?
Oh, yes, we'll do you justice. A few sprigs of scragweed and some cogroot. Oh, and you'll be just right for us. I'll get you. I'll get you.
I'm in.
Just give me a minute to calm down, will you? Calming. Calming. Whew. Shit. A moment longer and those cannibals would have had me over the fire. There's enough creatures out here trying to eat me without people trying it as well. Shit. That's not something I want to go through again. Hell. You not got anything to drink, have you? Something to help a man get his head screwed back on?
Here. This should help.
That's good. There's something about a near-death experience that makes everything taste golden. You saved me. I mean, you saved my life. And I've learned a lot about Magalan's history. But cannibals? Phew. I haven't heard of anything like that since the dark days after the comet hit. Most of what we live on in Tavar is from the past. So history is profitable. Interesting, too. You should learn it.
Tell me about Magalan's past.
Gladly. What would you like to know?
Tell me about Tavar.
Well, it might not seem like there's a lot of history here, but this place hasn't always been desert. When the comet hit, it turned this place into the wasteland you see. But not everything was destroyed. Some building complexes, like the fort, survived. Others were buried. When the sand shifts, other buildings appear. And then all the things that were left in them are there for the taking. Not that everything that's buried is good. Logan, the Duke as he's known today, they're sitting on a powder keg. Back before the comet hit, they stored weapons there. Serious, end-of-the-world weapons. And they're still there, somewhere, along with a whole stack of the usual kind.
What kind of weapons?
I know the history, not the science. I'm no cleric. But these things were supposed to destroy cities. They were supposed to destroy countries.
How could they do that?
I don't know. Big explosions. Big explosions. And the fort is sitting on top of them. That's why I want shards. I want to be a long way from here if those things ever go off.
Tell me about the factions.
Well, they're recent history. I mean, they only came about after the comet hit. Before that, there were countries and governments. Millions of people organized into groups. Nothing like now. But the comet destroyed all that. There aren't really records from after the comet hit. No one was writing things down. They were just trying to survive. No leaders. All the things they relied on to survive had gone. But it didn't take long for people to form groups to get resources. And it didn't take long for those people to start fighting. All factions think they've got ways to save us. They're all just ways people are trying to survive.
So, there are a lot of gaps in your knowledge of history?
Well, some. There were more records kept during the territory wars. That was once the factions had formed and started fighting each other. I guess as soon as you're a group, you want to start keeping a history of who you are. History becomes more important. Anyway, instead of fighting over 1 or 2 tins, the factions started fighting over land. Elex. Resources. Any small factions that were left got absorbed or destroyed. I mean, these people were survivors, so you'd think that's what they'd want. To survive. Instead, there were yet more deaths. There aren't numbers, but I'd guess at least half of those still alive were killed. But that's just a guess. Finally, the people in charge realized the cost was too high, so they formed a council, the Great Council of Magalan, and made a non-aggression treaty.
A non-aggression treaty? That doesn't seem to have worked.
Well, peace is always fragile. The Berserkers and Clerics have totally different ideas about Elex and technology, for a start. But, after all the deaths, the factions knew they risked their own destruction if they fought anymore. So, the peace lasted, more or less. There are always some hotheads, some isolated clashes over resources. But the leaders brought their people back into line. All the factions rebuilt their lands, worked on their own rules.
So, what went wrong?
The Alps. They were just a small splinter group. They went up into Zakor, into the ice, and no groups were interested in that land. They built their strength, and then they invaded. The factions were taken completely by surprise. The Alps captured people, land, built their converters before the factions could respond. What happened to the prisoners, the dead? History doesn't speak of that.
I've heard enough.
At least you did listen. That's not always the case today.
What do you know about the Berserkers?
They were a group living up in the woods, trying to grow their own food, and they evolved from there. Everyone else was fighting for what was left, but they decided to make something new. It was some guy called Amric that started them. The new guy they have there, Thorold, the Pilgrim, sees himself as some sort of spiritual successor to Amric. He has changed things there. They're pushing out into the world more than they did. The Berserkers used to stay in Edan mostly. They'd fight to protect their borders, make assaults outside them, and then pull back. Now they're holding ground. It seems the Pilgrim wants to purify all of Edan. They're gonna use their world hearts to change the world. They want to use their magic to turn the clock back and make Magalan what it was. Well, they'll change it. But whether Magalan was ever like they say, that's just a fantasy.
How much do you know about the clerics?
Secretive lot. They probably know more about history than the others, but they keep it to themselves. But this god they believe in, Kalan, I haven't seen anything anywhere about this god in records from before the comet hit. Why they've created a god and worship technology? Well, I can't understand it. Everything else they do is about knowledge and fact and observation. So why invent a lot of hocus pocus to go with it?
Why did the clerics have so few men?
The wars. They put their faith in their fighting machines. But either their prayers weren't answered or they had a technological hitch. They went into battle with the Berserkers and their machines shut down. They were defeated. Heavy losses. Those left retreated into Ignadon. Anyone that didn't make it back was cut down by one faction or another. The clerics' numbers never recovered. I guess they must have fixed whatever the problem was with their fighting machines. It's never happened again.
What are you doing out here?
The light beacon. I've always been fascinated by them. They used to be a cry for help, or a way to give help, direction, guidance. I've seen leaders come and go in the fort, and there's only one constant. You have to rely on yourself. So, I look for ruins, visit the beacons, and I find things to earn shards, so I don't need anyone else.
Brave for someone at your age.
My age? Ha! Age is bullshit. Wrinkled or smooth-skinned, life throws the same shit at you. I know these lands better than to come alone. I was traveling with a pair of scrap collectors. They needed a lead. I needed some help. On our way there, we got ambushed by a group of clerics. I didn't want a chance to fight with them. They were much better armed. So I got out of there.
What happened to the scrap collectors?
They didn't make the same choice. That's the problem with some people of their age. They think every fight is winnable. They think running away is the wrong thing to do. Yet, here I am at my age. I just wish I'd had the legs for running. The clerics caught up with me and took me prisoner. I'm here, aren't I? I waited until it was dark and I got out. I guess they thought I was too old to guard. And I got away with their leader's weapon. I think that must have made them angry. Now those clerics are out hunting for me. You can hear their horns. That's why I thought I'd head for the beacon. Get some scrap, and get myself back to Tavar. Shards would mean safety. But you know what happened next? Damn Reavers. Life sure is cheap out here.
Give me the cleric's weapon.
Why should I give it to you?
We help each other out, right?
Well, you had a beer from me. So yeah, all right. You can have it.
How long are you going to stay here?
I think I will get comfortable here. Maybe I'll even get this light tower working. A man needs something to do in life.
Is there something you need?
No, I'm okay. Don't waste your time on my old bones. The only thing I'm interested in is stories. And I don't think you are the storytelling type.
What do you know about the Alps?
Hardly anyone knows anything about them. I mean, other than about their attacks.
Maybe I could tell you a story about them?
Now I am curious. Do you know why they use Elex?
It makes them stronger, of course. Greater strength, lower levels of fatigue, reduced pain. It turns men into fighting machines, and not just physically. Elex keeps them clear thinking. It removes the emotions that could get in the way of orders.
So it means no one can argue with orders.
It reduces the chances. That's one of the reasons Alps are so successful. They operate together without question.
Not all of them. Some operate alone.
Then you've heard of the Elexitors? They rule in Zakor. They still consume Elex, but they are given a command role.
You mean like Wardek and Kallax? Or Jax? Have you heard of them?
Yes, they are names to be feared. Though I had heard that Jax had disappeared.
So the rumors say. What else do you know about the Alps?
That they have as good as or better knowledge of technology than the clerics. That's because you and them have something in common.
Me? What have I got in common with Alps?
An interest in history. The Elexitors, well, I don't know for sure, but they have found some fragments of old world information. They're using that knowledge.
They're interested in the old world?
No, not at all. They just want the technology. Interest is emotional. The past is something that's gone. They want the future.
Interesting. Not many people seem to think about what the Alps want.
That's all I know.
That was very informative. Thank you. Life goes by too fast to just stand around.
I got your weapon back.
Then I am grateful, and Kalan will hear your words. You helped a brother and a comrade. I never doubted your integrity. This is for you.
About my duties as an acolyte. I have returned from my pilgrimage.
Then you honored Kalan. All acolytes must show their devotion, and it is good that you learn more of this land, Ignadon. But you still have to prove to me that you have mastered the skill of suggestion. Come back to me when you have mastered this skill.
I've completed Martha's task.
It seems that humility and service aren't your strong points. The task wasn't completed to Martha's satisfaction. Any donation will be used to alleviate the food shortage we have here. It will show you intend to contribute to this community. I will view your service to the community as complete once you have made this offering.
Here, for the good of the community.
You can be sure Martha will be grateful you have made this act of penance, and I will count this task as completed. Prove yourself, acolyte.
How many people have we lost? And you still...
Well, hello there. Ready for another trip to paradise? 100 shards.
I'm not paying you a shard more.
I understand. I appreciate your decision. But it does mean you can't come in. And as you seem set in the non-paying frame of mind, that means we have a problem. You'll regret that.
Crazy, huh? You think it's a code or something?
Hey, can you spare something to eat? A can, something, anything?
Here.
Yeah, thanks. We gotta help each other out here. Do you need my help?
I have the meat from Ryder.
Ah, thank you. You don't know how long I've been waiting for that. That should keep my bones from being buried in the sand for a few weeks.
Won't that go bad?
Nah, I know how to cure it. It'll keep. Here, take your pick from these. I have a weapon in case you're looking for some defense, or some cams, and I've dug up a few shards in case you'd prefer those.
I'll take the weapon.
Sure, here, take it. And here, the chems for Ryder. I'm sure he'll have something for me if you take these to him. Thanks for, you know, not being a total shit to me like the others. They throw out, so...
I have the meat for... Give me the...
Not a problem. And here, the chems for Ryder. Hey.
I'll take the weapon.
And... What? What's
How do
going
you
on?
survive out here?
On the gifts from the lords above. They throw out all sorts from the fort, enough to live on. Sometimes food. Sometimes things I can trade with Ryder. He buys things so I can get food. He's a hunter, so sometimes he gives me something he's caught. He's due back soon. Would you check if he has anything for me? I'll get you the shards to pay for it, somehow. What? What's going on?
And if I take your message to Ryder, what will you give me?
Well, I don't have a lot. No shards, anyway. I could trade you some scrap I found. Would that work for you?
Well, that's one view of it.
I can try.
It can't continue like this, right?
About my duties as an acolyte. I have learned suggestion.
Ah, really? Then please demonstrate your newfound skill. I want you to try and shake my faith in Kalan.
Kalan does not exist. Your god is a lie.
No. How? What? No. I am impressed. That was really good for a beginner. It seems you have completed that step in your initiation. But please remember, never try to use suggestion on people who have a stronger will than you. You can be sure that it won't work, and you are quite likely to anger them with any such attempt. Keep practicing. Maybe one day you will manage to use your power of suggestion on me. You have completed the tasks that were set for you. We are at war. We need every believer we can get. For you, that means you have a chance to reach a higher rank here. For a small donation, for Kalan only awards those who are prepared to make the necessary sacrifice.
I would like to reach the rank of legate.
You proved yourself worthy of this rank in the name of Kalan. Do you have the donation that Kalan requires?
Yes, I have it.
Kalan thanks you. From now on, you may call yourself legate. Even a legate has obligations to Kalan. With your newfound power of suggestion, you are to go out into the world and recruit new believers. You will identify potential candidates and bring them here to be initiated. Report to Hagen and Boulder. They will tell you how you are to serve Kalan. But you should visit our armor master first. Go to him and get yourself properly equipped. Your new rank brings many advantages, and you are free to make purchases from all the traders here now. Legate, you are dismissed. Finish the work you have been given.
Get out of here. That's it. Get out of here. So, you're the new legate around here. Very well. Promotion opens up the second-tier armor for you. Much better manufacturing standards on these things.
I want to trade.
Right you are. I'll show you what you can buy at your rank.
They're only saying that to keep control of you.
Legate, there is work to do.
That's why I'm here.
Good. It is your responsibility to locate new initiates for our order. Others will follow our example, just as you did.
I will do as Kalan instructs.
Your devotion speaks well of you. You may have to go deep into enemy territory to find suitable candidates. So, make sure you have the right supplies before you leave. Once there, I'd advise you to avoid more densely populated areas. It will be safer, particularly as some of those in the towns have been brainwashed into their cause. Some candidates can be persuaded, but with others, you may need to break their will, or use force to initiate them. I know that may feel wrong, but remember, you are saving them. Once you have persuaded an initiate to join us, an escort will bring them back to the Horde.
Who do you want me to recruit?
We want the brightest and the best. But we'll settle for the available and the willing. I've selected 3 men that our drones have identified. Connor, Ryder, and Galler. The first 2 should be in Tavar, and the 3rd man in Edan. I'll transmit their coordinates to your adjutor.
How many people have we lost? And you still think that? You're an idiot.
Reinhold sent me. He says you have a job for me.
You're the new legate, correct?
Correct.
I could use another man. So let's get right to your job. There's at least 6 of them gone rogue, escaped the Horde, and taken up residence there. Judgment has been passed, and they need to be brought back or executed. Come back when they're dead.
More than 6 renegade heretics?
Yes. There are 10 missing. We're not sure how many are rogue and how many were killed by the heretics when they escaped. Is that all right? Or is that too many for you?
Yes, count me out.
If you aren't up to this job, then you aren't worthy of achieving the rank of Paladin. Dismissed.